Hey everyone, it's Charmaine from Unbreakable Nurse. I've been asked a lot lately about strength training, specifically with resistance bands. I think they're a great tool, especially for beginners who are just starting to get into strength training. So the ones I'm going to use specifically are the Fit Simplify loop bands, and also their resistance tubing. So we're going to go through 10 moves in 10 minutes for 45 seconds on and 15 seconds off. We're going to start our timer, and you could follow along the workout with me. So first, we're gonna do some pull-aparts. The timer's gonna count down, and go ahead and follow along. So you're gonna pull at around chest height. Make sure you're squeezing your scapula behind you and maintaining tension throughout your shoulders during the whole movement. This is one of my favorite exercises just to get my shoulders warmed up, get my back all nice and warm. Stand up nice and tall, and you can really start to feel the burn in your back. Okay, we're gonna rest for 15 seconds. And then we're gonna do another shoulder workout. For this, you're gonna start at holding it the same way. You're gonna start at your hip and then shrug your shoulders and bring the band behind you to your buttocks. So you're gonna go forward and back. These are called shoulder dislocates. This is great for your rotator cuff strengthening and also just practicing the full range of motion for your shoulders. Keep your arms straight throughout the whole exercise. And when you go up, shrug your shoulders up and over. Okay, now we're gonna get to our legs. So you want to step on the middle of the band, and then you're gonna crisscross and make an X across your body and hold it like this. So hold the bands up to your shoulder. You're gonna sit back in a half squat position just like this, and then you're going to step over to the left. Careful not to drag your feet. Maintain a space about hip width during every step, and keep sitting back into that half squat the whole time. So this one's gonna burn really quickly, but it's one of my favorite exercises for my butt and for my legs. Next is the monster walk. It's going to be exactly the same as what we did with the lateral walk, but this time we're going to make an X again, but we're going to go forward and backwards. So sit back in a half squat and step forward, just as far forward as you can. Hello camera. And go backwards, sitting back into that half squat again. Keep your chest up high. And keep your gaze straight forward while keeping the bands, the handles of the bands at your shoulders. Keep breathing, because this is going to feel pretty good. Okay. So for this one, if you'd like, you could switch out the band because it works your shoulders. So you might want a lighter band, but if not, you could use the same one. So step on the middle of the band. We're going to do a front raise with our shoulders, bringing the band up to about shoulder height. Then we're gonna alternate with a lateral raise, bringing that up to shoulder height again. So front raise and lateral raise. Keep repeating. squeezing your abs, because this is also a core exercise, believe it or not. You gotta keep your lower body tight, your abs tight, so that there's minimal movement in the resistance band when you're going up. Okay, that's a tough one. Okay, so for the next one, we're gonna sit back, bring your butt back, and hold onto the bands. And you're going to bring the bands upward to your rib cage. So you're gonna feel like you're squeezing your back muscles behind you. So pull, trying to keep that half squat, that hinge position nice and steady. Don't bring your knees forward too much, you're bringing your hips back. Breathe out as you're bringing the band up. Okay, this one's a little tough. It's a single leg deadlift. You're gonna hold on to the bands about halfway down the tube, and then you're gonna have one foot on the band as you lean forward and try to balance your back leg behind you in a line, lining up with your shoulders. Without dropping that leg that's up, do it all over again. And go up. Down. Trying to maintain that balance. It's a tough one. But stay focused. Keep your gaze on the floor somewhere. And don't lose that spot. Okay, now we're gonna do the other leg. So same thing, step on the middle of the band. Grab downward on the tube itself. You're gonna lean forward and balance on your opposite leg. Okay, so lean forward, stand up, lean forward, and up. Keep gaze on that spot on the floor that you're choosing. Try to keep that line between your shoulder to your foot. And relax. Okay, so for the next one, we're going to use a loop band this time. Just bring it over your ankles. So we're gonna go into a plank onto a surface, just like this, with your forearm on the surface, like a table. And you're gonna tap outward to the left and to the right while you're in a plank. Keep your core tight. Okay, and for the last one we'll use the band again. We're going to do a standing hip abduction, so place your hands on your hips. You're going to bring your leg out and in. Alternate sides, squeezing that butt as you bring that leg up. You want a band that will create enough tension but won't be too challenging that you can't open your legs up. your chest upward. Stand up nice and tall. You don't want to be leaning forward. Alright, I don't know about you guys, but my legs are pretty toast right now. But that's just only one example of the many exercises you could do with these bands. I'm going to be posting a lot more exercises, focus on specific muscle groups with the bands, but they're really one of my favorite training tools to use. So great job in getting through this one. And if you're interested in more workouts and strategies on how to relieve stress, visit my blog, Unbreakable Nurse, at unbreakablenurse.com, and join me in the fight against nurse burnout. Thank you guys.